what's your musical history and how did you start?
So I am a classically trained player. I very much come from a classical background of playing scales and arpeggios and learning all the big cello concertos and all of that. I studied at Conservatoire in Oslo for 6 years. And during that time I got very frustrated with the authority of classical music, where the composer and the teacher is so much kind of or the aim is to achieve try and imagine to achieve what the composer wanted, and the composer normally lived hundreds of years ago. So I got very interested in improvisation. Then we had a man who worked in the office in the Conservatoire, and he asked if I wanted to do some improvisation and play with him. He was a guitarist, and I was a bit reluctant, and then I started doing that, and that kind of led me into improvising and playing with a lot of contemporary composers, so working with contemporary music, which is much more where I feel that I come from, although kind of being brought into the jazz world in the way that I'm getting through Jazz North is really brilliant for the work, you know. I think so the fact that he encouraged me, you know, came along to start improvising was, yeah, just changed everything. I suppose, like I went to the Cat Robinson gig last night, and the Jazz Festival just made me think about what the Jazz Festival gives to people here. It gives an opportunity to hear music and sounds on the edge of what we do normally. You know, it's completely, yeah, it widens, it broadens people's horizons. And I was quite amazed by the audience. I thought I would know everyone, but I hardly knew anyone. It was a big, you know, it was a big crowd of just a variety of people from that I kind of vaguely know from different, you know, from school or from different communities that I'm a part of in Lancaster, but very spread out, which I thought was a really good example, or a really, yeah, it kind of shows what it can be. So I think the Lancaster Jazz Festival adds to people's experience of what music can be, you know. Yeah. So I played at the Hall, which was a brilliant venue for me. Because I live here and I go to the Hall almost every day to have my coffees, I have a very close relationship to it, I suppose. I always look for places with good acoustics, you know, with loads of which can bounce the cello kind of into the world, and I also look for spaces with other sounds so I can work with other sounds. So I got this idea yesterday on a walk that I would work with that coffee machine that is so annoying but also so brilliant, you know. So instead of it, because I was thinking it could compete with my music, which I don't want it to do, you know, we need to work together. And so that was just great when it came, and the barista wanted to kind of play along. I think he did a bit, yeah.
So did you enjoy your gig? You happy with it?
I'm very happy with my gig. Well, in fact, you know, it brings my music out to a different audience, you know, in the same way that the gig, you know, the Saturday night gig did. Yeah, it gives it out to a broader audience. So yeah, definitely.